Alright, name scopes for graphs. So far we created small graphs, but in the real world the graphs will be big with so many nodes and parameters. To organize your graphs you can use name scopes. Basically, name scopes allow you to group operations into larger blocks. So here's an example. So this is how you use name scopes. So it's just basically tf.namescope with a name, and this will give you a context manager within which you can create your parts of your graphs. Alright, so here's an example. This is just importing TensorFlow as tf, and then with tf.namescope. So these will be created inside scope 1, and then this is a context manager for scope 2. Therefore these two will be created inside scope 2, and this will be out of scope 1 and scope 2 because it's outside the context manager. Alright, so let's do this inside TensorFlow. Alright, so let's go to file and create a new file, and let's save it as namescope.py. Import, hit tab to accept suggestion, TensorFlow, hit tab as tf, hit space to ignore the suggestions, and hit enter to go to the next line. Now we want to create two nodes inside namescope 1. So with tf.name_scope, hit tab to accept it. Let's call this one scope 1, and this will give you the context manager. So in here I want to create my first node, tensor, a tf.addition of, let's say, 1 and 2, and name is going to be scope 1_a. Let's create another one, tf.multiplication of, let's say, a and 3, and name is going to be scope 1_b. Alright, so now we're done with this scope. Let's create another one, tf.name scope. Let's call this one scope 2. Now let's create a tensor C, tf dot, let's say, addition 4 and 5, let's say, and the name is going to be scope 2_c. Let's create another one, d, tf.multiplication of c and, let's say, 6, and name is going to be scope 2_d. We are going to create another one outside of these scopes, so let's call it e, tf.addition of b and d. Alright, to see this inside tensor board, we need to actually create the graph as a file. Alright, so to do this we need to use the summary writer. Alright, so writer is equal to tf.train dot summary writer name. Graph is going to be equal to tf dot writer dot close. Alright, so now let's run this by using Alt R. Alright, so I got this error, and here is my mistake. So default graph should be like this, and Alt R again. Alright, so now to run, actually to see this in tensor board, we need to go to terminal. Before that we need to get the path for this. We'll go to terminal, cd, paste the path. Alright, so let's use Firefox. Localhost. Let's go to graphs. Now I have scope 1 and scope 2. If I click on any of these, you know, this small, I can use this small plus sign to expand the scope to see it's inside. So let me do this for scope 2 as well. Alright, so I have this scope 1A and scope 1B, and I have this scope 2C and scopes 2D, and output is taking the result of this scope 1B and scope 2D, and it's summing them up. Alright, so this is how you define scopes. You can also nest name scopes. This is an example over here. So this is just importing TensorFlow as TF. Now I have this main name scope, name transformation, and inside transformation I have two more name scopes. So name scope A, within it I'm having this a underscore add. So within a namescope a I am having two tensors, a underscore add and a underscore mul. B is going to be my next namescope, and within B I have b underscore add and b underscore mul, and this is just writing the graph. Let's do it in TensorFlow to see the result. So this is the code. So to run it I use Alt R. Alright, so it's done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to the terminal, and alright, so before that I need the directory. So over here copy full path and go to the terminal and cd paste and get rid of the code name. Alright, so now that I'm over here I need to call TensorPort dash log dir is going to be this directory. So it's under this nesting scopes. So let's see over here. So I have some graphs over here. Alright, so let's go back to the terminal and let's paste this. If I hit enter, alright, so I can go to Firefox. Localhost 6006. The graphs. Now over here I have this main namescope transformation. If I click on this plus, inside transformation I have two more namescopes, A and B. If I open up A, you will see that I have let's see, I have no names, so I didn't name them, so that's why it's just mul and add. So if I go back to Adam over here, so I do not have names for these two tensors. It's just add and multiplication. So that's why I don't have any names over here. But the point here is that I can nest scopes inside each other. Alright, so this is it for this video. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you find these videos useful. Thank you.